Go.
Hello, my name is Bob Dylan. It's the Bob Dylan Show. Today we have a very prestigious guest on our show, Miss Cupcake Brown. Miss Brown, successful novelist, very successful lawyer, and I'm honored to have her on my show because her story of triumph through the hardships of her life. She's been through so much, and I'm proud to have her on my show. Everybody give it up for Miss Cupcake Brown. Yeah!
Hello.
Hey, Miss Cupcake. How are you today?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm very fun, very fun. So, a piece of cake.
Yes.
Upside down. Tell us a little about your book.
Well, my book is a memoir about my life, and it basically goes into detail about everything that I went through as a child, from being abused to prostitution to gangbanging and so on, and to becoming a lawyer.
Yeah, which is a great story.
Yeah.
Tell us a little more about your childhood, though. A little more in depth into that. I'm pretty sure the viewers will like to hear.
So basically, my mother passed away when I was only 9 years old. And I was forced to go live with my father, and then we were summoned to court, and then I found out that who I thought was my father actually wasn't my father.
Wow.
And then I found out that my real father, he was in court with us that day because he wanted to take us, but only because he knew he would receive money from my mother's death.
Yeah. It's crazy. And so what ended up happening?
Well, my mother actually placed the money under my uncle's will, her brother, and so my father was very disappointed. He only wanted us because of the money that we came with, and so he ended up giving us to a foster home.
Wow, that's crazy. And what were your foster parents like?
Well, it was only a woman in the house, and she had a little cousin, an 18-year-old cousin that lived with her, who he actually molested the girls living there, and the head house mother, she would beat us.
Wow.
She would starve us. She did everything imaginable to us.
Wow. And what did you do about it? How did you cope with things like this?
Well, I only lasted a couple of days. I ran off by myself, and I just got as far away as possible.
And what is as far as possible, Ms. Brown?
Well, I actually only ran a mile away, but I mean, when you're a kid, it seemed like I was running away forever.
Yeah.
But luckily, I met someone who showed me to a life that I wasn't aware of before.
And will you inform our viewers what that lifestyle is, Ms. Brown?
Well, she was a prostitute, and I needed a way to support myself as well, only being 10 years old. So I got
10, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I went into the prostitution business.
And like, when you were prostituting, like, what kept you doing it? Is that not the most heart-wrenching thing? Like, was it not difficult?
Well, I used what I would call feel-good drugs, and I would drink heavily. I would snort up whatever drug I had to basically black out, so I wouldn't have to physically be there during the sessions.
And how did you get over it? Like, how did you get past all of it?
Well, I realized that I didn't want to be giving a portion of what I made from prostituting to a pimp. Yeah. So I decided to run off and go prostitute on my own, and then that's what led me into gangbanging and robbing and the other bad paths that I went down to.
And when you got through and passed all of this, what was it? Rehab?
Yeah, I went to rehab, but it was only successful the second time around, but at least I got through it, and I'm sober until this day.
Alright, a couple more questions for you. How did you become such a prestigious lawyer after dropping out in only the 5th grade?
Well, I went back to school, and since I did drop out at 5th grade, it took me a very, very long time to get to college, and I thankfully made it into San Diego State College, and studied law, and yeah, I made it.
Wow. Yeah, one more question. From our viewers from the fan wall. A lot of viewers watching the show. And Tyrone asked, what advice would you give a young male that was in the place you once were?
I would basically say find that higher power. It doesn't have to be a god. just something above this world and out of this world that you can believe in, and it keeps you pushing forward.
Wow. Amazing words of advice.
Thank you.
Take heed, Tyrone. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
I appreciate it so much. Everyone go out and cop that book. You guys have a good night.
Thank you.